Hello, everyone, and welcome to Elian's Joy. Today, from my studio, we're going to talk a little bit about energy and the energy of Tai Chi and the energy of Chi. The Chi is energy, and we're going to do a little bit of movement. So, I want to do a little bit of movement that I did this week in one of my Tai Chi classes. And most of the classes um, are targeted to my audience, which is a 55 plus audience, I should say, but good for everyone, good for everybody. I always say everybody, right? Two words. So if you're younger and you would like to join a Tai Chi class, then start with some of the basics with me. I have many, many videos on it. And I also do that because I want to bring up a little bit of mindset and mindfulness today. So, when we're talking about mindfulness and mindset, it's all about feeling a little bit calmer than we usually do. And it's all about feeling a little bit more empowered, right? So we want to have a grip on the situation that is coming to us. Maybe we feel anxious, maybe we feel a little bit stressed out. And doing Tai Chi or doing some breathing techniques, at least, they always help tremendously with that. So I want to talk to you about that today and bring some of the breathing and movement together. You can do that anywhere. You can, for instance, just get up in the morning and say, well, I want to just do some of these movements. And if I do them for myself, then that just starts feeling so good. I just really feel more relaxed and I feel more energetic at the same time to start the day, right? And energetic in a sense of physically and more relaxed in the sense of mindfully in your, in your mind so that you don't feel so stressed starting the day with. And Tai Chi and Qigong is a form of energy work as well, right? Just in itself, standing movements and exercises that you can do anywhere, outside, inside, your shoes on, right? All your clothes on, all that stuff. I mean, that just works anywhere. And so if you're cold like me, I can still do that in my little jacket. If you want to find a little balance, you start with that in your breathing and also in your yin yang mind, right? We want to bring it all into a balance. It teaches us to get aligned with a higher awareness. And that's what all exercises usually do, but especially real slow movement, right? We get a little boost and we feel that we have a better mindset, we feel stronger emotionally. But we also, if we do really slow movement, practice more mindfulness. And mindfulness, just I talked about that last week, is that mindset where you feel you're in control, calm, and that you are really able to be in the moment. And that is very important. And one of the things that I learned doing classes year after year after year with people is that everybody had these benefits definitely of being just more mindful, more in the moment, letting go of all the thoughts of, oh, I got to pick up the kids this afternoon, or I get the grandkids, or I have to go shopping, or I have to go to the doctor, or just things that we all worry about, and even more severe things, just for a little bit, just being able to let them go and not being in that anxious state of mind. So, really being in the moment brings us to a stronger human potential, right? We want to really feel that strong sense. You feel more invigorated, you feel more energized when you do just a few of these exercises. And one of the main things that we get from it, and that's why sometimes my audience is older as well because we want to work on balance and strength all the time. We want to be able to be mobile, having that mobility and being flexible and just move in our own pace and be able to get on our own to places without the fear of falling. And fear of falling is huge. Fear of falling is big. Most of the exercises are done standing, but also you can do them sitting in a chair and you can do them holding on to a chair. So all that is really good. And it's, like I said, suitable for everybody because if you are going into a really deep squat, please do so if you're 18 or 22. And if you keep that squat a little bit less deep, then that's what we do when we become a little older, right? Our bodies might not work so much anymore. So when you're doing all this movement, you focus on breathing, you focus on balance, and really getting into that mindful meditative state of mind. And when I do that with the class, oh, that feels so good and it looks so beautiful. Everybody looks so beautiful doing it. So that's one of the things I absolutely love about doing energy work. Some of the benefits, right? So we want to boost over time our immune system. It is proven that Tai Chi and Qigong movements will do that for you. It will just boost your immune system. It will improve your concentration, right? You're just in the moment, really focused on what you need to feel and how you need to move and really be in with that movement. You're controlling your breath and you improve in your breathing. So you'll become a little bit more skilled in the techniques of breathing. And that's really important because most of it, if I work with my clients, not just in movement, but also in my life coaching practice, then I really feel that people are telling me, well, I'm not breathing. I forgot to breathe, right? All the time. Even if you're talking or if you're anxious, or as a life coach, if I'm talking with my clients about life concerns, life issues, then I'm not breathing, right? I just feel so stressed out and so deeply anxious that you forgot to breathe. And it will definitely, if you do Tai Chi, one of the benefits, definitely it will strengthen some of your muscle groups, right? Absolutely. And especially when you're doing the standing movements, even when you're holding onto a chair. You will have increase in range of motion, always very important because we have to go back to those daily movements, right? That we always want to be able to do ourselves. Just picking stuff up, making a little squat, doing a lunge, when you're reaching out for something, doing the pull and the push movements with your arms, being able to do all that just takes a little bit of strength, and we want to always be able to do that. So as long, this is mostly what I'm trying to tell you, if you do it now, you are working preventative. And if you are being preventative, that takes another, you'll just add it on another year, 10 years in your life, right? Maybe 20. If you're being preventative, you don't get lower back problems. If you're being preventative, you don't get problems with mobility and flexibility. If you're being preventative, you stay strong and maybe you can add years to your life if that is something you desire. So you improve balance and that feeling of alignment and posture, and of course, process and transform, just through your body emotions. Sometimes we feel emotional while we're moving. It just kind of bubbles up. It does that also sometimes in meditation, and we just want to let go and cry. And that is perfectly okay. It strengthens your organs, it cleanses your organs a little bit, and that is a really good benefit as well. So another thing is that it increases your strength and stamina, as I said already, and your recovery time. That's really important from injuries. Recovery time from injuries. I hear all the time when people come back in my classes, for instance, from hip injury or from hip replacement even, or knee replacement or ankle problems, that they could tell the doctor, their physician, their surgeons, that they recovered faster, and they did because they had done these exercises and these movements. So their recovery time was shorter, and the doctors were impressed by that. You can detoxify your body by breathing and moving because you open up your system in a very simple way. What can I say? You remove the blockage. You remove things that you're holding on to emotionally and physically. You have better sleep habits. That's very important. We want to sleep. Absolutely. Calming the mind. And as last, really, really kind of feeling more intuitive and more creative. And that's really important. We want to feel more creative. We want to keep moving and keep being innovative and keep growing ourselves. So unlike any other form, Tai Chi really works the body and enhances its own healing systems. And that is so important. And that's what we want to talk about and do a little bit. So particularly the stresses of daily life, we all got that, talk about it all the time. All that stuff that comes at us, starting with the morning news. Don't watch it. Anyway, if you are there and you feel that coming at you sometimes, that overwhelming feeling of, whoa, so much going on in the world. How in the world are we going to comprehend all that? then if you have sometimes that fight or flight response, and you get a little bit nervous, you get anxious, you can calm yourself down by doing some of these beautiful movements. Now, I have to say, I've been doing this Tai Chi and Qigong since 2013. And when I got certified and did that, and I have always approached this from a movement, health, and wellness point of view. In other words, I am not Chinese trained, born, in the sense of I might go off a little bit on tempo. I might go off sometimes a little bit on repetition or movement, in the sense of, do I do the original thing that I've learned? Yes. Do I do my take on, do I put my take on it? Yes. Because from a movement and fitness expert's point of view, I want you to get the benefits of doing this in a fun and relatable, effective way. So I want you to get the results because I make it a little simpler maybe, or I explain it in a different way, or I put another little spin on it. But I want you to understand what slow movement and breath can do for you. So that is my biggest intent. I just want you to feel really through these movements, right? So that is my biggest intent. So I'm not trying to create something that originated 2,000-3,000 years ago, in a sense of that originality. There were so many forms of Tai Chi, so many forms of energy work that everybody explored over the ages. And since the style of the 24 short form of the Yang Dynasty that I studied, there have been many, many other forms and styles out there available. So just go with me because you're open to it, you love it, just love the movements. But sometimes I go a little bit on my own to what I have experienced that might benefit you. So the movements are focused on relaxing the parasympathetic nervous system so that you can rest, right, during the body, rest the body, even during exercise. So that's really important. Oh, excuse me. One of these things, we have beautiful names in the forms, we have beautiful, relatable names that are so fun and that we play with. So enjoy that and just get into that meditative state of mind. In the beginning, it's difficult, just like I said in class, because you're watching me like, oh, where is she going? What is she doing? And what's coming next? But once you get it, you really feel that you can do it on your own. And then it really starts feeling wonderful. And then you can let go. And then you don't have to think anymore or look or focus. And then you can just feel, right? Especially if I talk about trauma and healing, for instance, I always talk about finding where you feel pain or where you feel obstruction or where you feel damaged in your body. And you find that and you feel that, and then you can heal it, right? So that's really important. So let's go a little bit through our movements. And I was handing out this huge slideshow this week. If you want to get it, let me know. There's a little handout, and that is really important to just kind of see through so you can look up some things for yourself. I will not go into the balance between the yin and the yang as well, right? The yin is female, represents the moon or darkness or femininity, sometimes passivity. Is that the right word? Being passive. And it represents the earth, the yang, the sun, the male part of us, the male part of the balance that we try to find in our body. It's the light, the masculinity, the strength, the activity, and the heavens. And we want to bring both together, right? We want to bring heaven and earth together and just incorporate all that's in our body. The strength combined with the femininity, right? We want to have a balance in the light and the dark. We want to have a balance in the strength and the weakness. So we want to find that balance so that we can feel strong in our own power. It was seen as in the days as an influence in the health an influence that you could have and a power over yourself. A very important thing that we kind of forgot. We forgot to pay attention to in our society. So I'm going over that a little bit later with you, and I will just always do some exercise. I will do some exercises with you today that will make you feel really calm and really wonderful. So join me today in a few basic exercises. And also, if you took the class with me this week or at any time in one of my webinars, then you can feel that this is working for you. Yes, it's wonderful. Good. So we're going to stand always. And if you have, like I said, if you have a chair around, then hold on to the chair, right? You want to just be a little bit in a position where if you feel that you cannot hold that balance or you have problems with that balance, then hold on to something. So we'll just start while you're having your legs a little bit bent, right? You want to activate your core muscles a little bit. And what we did is just kind of leaning into our knees a little bit, just kind of with a strong but very relaxed feel, so that your shoulders are in place if you're having them hang down, and your abs are a little bare, right? You want to feel them. You want to feel a little bit of core energy power. And we always talk about this as the center of everything, that core power. The core, abs, ab exercises, strength, all that core strength will help us protect us from falling, from damaging ourselves, from hurting ourselves, injuries, all that strength, and especially helping us with back strength. And we always start with that ball of energy. So what we did this week is kind of correct our posture a little bit, standing with our heart open to the sky and just holding a little ball in your hands and just feeling that ball between your fingers, very soft. See that I'm holding a very soft ball? I'm just holding that and just building some awareness. I'm just creating some awareness for what I feel between my hands. And in the case that you have your hands right here and you're breathing a couple deep breaths, just feel that energy between your hands and around your hands. So what we're doing here is creating awareness for energy. I always love to do this. And kids love it too, right? I say that in many shows. And if you haven't watched all of them, then you can find many shows where I do this chi ball. Kids love to play with it because they're very intuitive. They feel that. They're more aware of it. They're so much more in tune, thanks to Japanese cartoons and television programs. Even so, right, where you're just gonna shoot that energy out. So you feel that ball of energy, you feel a little bit of a tingling feeling between your hands, then you are in. Just a couple deep breaths. You can breathe if you like to, through your mouth. You can try that. Just put your tongue against your palate. Breathe into your body, breathe into your belly, slowly exhale. Breathe in through your mouth. Exhale slowly. If you'd rather breathe in through your nose, that is just fine. And when you start feeling the tingling feeling between your hands and your palm of your hands, then you try to bring them together. And you feel that there's a magnetic, there's an energy. There's an energy, there's a power between your hands. If you pull them away a little bit, you feel that. If you bring it back together, this is where my clients and patients over the last 10, 20 years just, or definitely when I do Tai Chi, the last, 8 years, 9 years, if I do this, they're going, it's crazy, I can feel it. You just feel that power between your hands. That's where our hands are healing hands. We have so much power in our hands by touching ourselves and by touching others, right? So inhale, now open your arms all the way to the sky. And just drop them slowly from here. Just drop them slowly in front of your body. Just drop your hands down. And then again, inhale, gather the chi. And sink the chi just right in front of you through that center line of your body. Just I already feel that tingling energy. Gather the chi. And sink the chi. And do it one more. If you do this in the morning, great way to start the day. Just have to do it a few times, not having to think. Just imagine scooping up, let's do one more big one, scooping up all this energy around you, all the way from the sky, all the way to the earth. If you're very flexible, and then you can push all the way down to the earth. And use your legs a little bit. We didn't do that this week. We might do that next week, all right? And then stop slowly right here in front of your body. Now, one of the things that we do with Qi and Tai Chi is that we try not to stop. So now I'm lifting my hands, I'm tumbling in them, in front of my face. I'm bringing them all the way up to the sky, all the way here. Then I'm going to bring them slowly back in front of my body. Tumble, tumble, and bring them back down. Yes. Supporting heaven. All the way back down like a pillar. All the way back down. Good. Do it again. Inhale. Push your hands up all the way to the sky. Just feeling a long line of strength for your body as if you are a pillar holding up the sky. And do it one more time and then open your hands all the way. Now open your hands far away, all the way around, and just come back to your body into the front, right here. And just put your hands in front of your belly for a second, just connecting again with your breath. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale slowly. We call this area the Dan Shen area. I call it the Buddha belly. The Buddha belly. Okay? Just a little rub here, just feeling very nice, calm. Inhale one more time. All the way up. Exhale and just come back to your Buddha belly with your hands. Yes. And now you want to take your right hand open and just connect the yin and the yang parts of your body with each other. Now my hand goes like a knife straight down my body. Ends up here in a holding position. I open the other one. I bring it all the way back up. And I bring it all the way back down. Into an open position. One more, both sides. All the way up. All the way down. Combine it with a deep breath. All the way down. Good, 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 good. And then come all the way back towards the center. And lift them up towards your heart space. Open your arms really wide. And I call this open your heart for all the things to come at you today. Just open your heart, just feeling that nice, strong feeling. Opening up, coming all the way back in. Good, and do it one more time, just right here. I want you to push all the walls away. And just feel that strength in your body, tumbling all the way to the right. And twisting all the way to the other side. I said tumble, but I mean twist all the way back. And slowly come back in. Good. And then place all the way your hands on top of each other. So right here, we have the moon. I am holding the moon. This one is a little bit underneath my belly button. And my right one is on top, just underneath my chin. And I want to rub over the moon. Never let go. Never let go. Can you see how fun this is? Because we really have to hold the moon in exactly the shape, never to let go. And see how focused we are. We are focused on just doing this. We don't have time to think about anything else. We're just so focused. So good for you. I feel that energy between my hands. I feel that I'm holding a bigger bar here. You see that? Or a big ball. I feel that energy. This is called embrace the moon. Just embrace the moon. And I'm going to add one more exercise to that. And you will see how many times we do this. You can still hold on to the chair or take a little break if you need to. Yes, just wipe them off for a second and take them all the way back, all the way down. Good, 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 good. Let me see how much time I have left to do this with you. Just a few more minutes. So let's do this one more time. And if you want to hold on right here, just kind of hold on, right? We'll just work on exercises like balance the next time. And we shall work on a little bit more on our steps. But here's the T step. And I'm stepping out to the bow step. You see how I'm having this perfect line of a diagonal line, bringing my weight back into my back leg and placing my foot back into the T-step. And so we're going to add movement to that. And we'll do that next week a little bit more because I'm running out of time if I do it today. All the way forwards to it and all the way back into the T-step. Right? And you can also do that to the other side. So you have a little T. I'm able to lift this leg off the floor. I'm stepping out and leaning into it. And I'm bringing my weight back to my leg in the back so that I can put this one back. So what is the wonderful thing of moving through all those movements and working with all these movements is that you really get to work on your balance as well, and in a very slow way, in a very controlled and strong way. And that is so amazing. So let's close with one more time all the movements. We're just going to take a deep breath in and gather the chi and sink the chi so that this week you can watch this. And lifting up all the way, supporting heaven like a pillow. And then just over half of our body. Just yin and yang. Balance here. Yin and yang balance. And remember, you can do all these movements separately. 4, 5, 6 times if you want to. If you just do this in the morning, how amazing would that be to open your heart and just feel. Inhale. Inhale. All the way to the other side. All the way back. Come all the way back down. Place your right hand on top. Embrace the moon. And do it one more time. And then wipe off and take it all the way back down. Yes. Namaste. This is so amazing. I love it so much every time I do it. So I hope you get the same energy and kick out of doing this, and at the same time feel so relaxed and feel so wonderful and calm and a little bit of rejuvenated. Just let it go. Just start the day with a little chi. More energy for you and me, right? You can find many of these videos on my link tree and many of these videos on My Health Angel and many of these videos on my YouTube, and most, you can find them all on winwinwomen.tv. Thank you for joining Allianz Joy today on winwinwomen.tv. Find all my episodes, lots more information about all this good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.